But so y'all familiar with the scriptures, the Bible?
Yeah.
No, not me, not really.
I
I be trying to get into all that shit.
If I ask y'all, my bad.
Yeah.
But if I ask y'all, where black at in the Bible? Where white at in the Bible? Where Chinese at in the Bible?
Yeah.
Can we identify with any of the names that they call themselves now, that we call ourselves now in the Bible?
Yeah.
We can't. What the church teaching us? If we can't identify ourselves through the scriptures that we say we believe in, that we follow, what's the point? How can we identify ourselves? But that's what we out here to teach. We out here to teach. So you can identify yourself in the scriptures because we need to. It's like detrimental for us to know who we are inside these scriptures.
Because when you're reading it, when you know who the audience is, if you really know the characters in the story, you're more interested in it, right? And you can follow it better if you know who all the characters are.
Yeah.
Same thing like watching a movie. If you don't know who none of the characters are, you don't know who the villain is, you don't know who the good guy is,
Yeah.
you don't get the point of the whole movie. Same thing when it comes to this book. We got taught religion, but we ain't get taught the truth of the Bible. See, most of us, I know I grew up Baptist.
Me too.
But that wasn't even created until 1609. The Bible existed before then, didn't it?
So that was
what he come with new in 1609 that we already didn't have. It's another man's traditions or man's ways of interpreting the scriptures.
And think about the date. Where were we in 1609?
Not even thought about.
Now, we thought about
Yeah.
we was already in the islands. Them islands in the 1500s, we was already being brought up here as slaves.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when we say we're talking about our people.
Oh, I was talking about me.
Our people as a whole, yeah.
Yeah.
In our history.
So we like where we come from. Like we didn't just pop up out of nowhere in the 1600s. We existed just like everybody else.
Yeah. So we taking on, when you being a Baptist or any other, you taking on the mindset of your slave master. That's what we end up doing. That's what Christianity is. It's white supremacy.
And we got taught that when we were slaves. We got forced Christianity on us. That's a religion.
That's
The
why.
Bible itself is ours. But if you can even look in the African American Museum, where they took books out of the Bible to make it so they could control us. And we didn't know how to read English. So when they taught us something, all we could do was take it for what they said. And then when we started getting our little bit of freedom and establishing our churches, guess who was in the front row making sure we ran it the way we were supposed to? The slave masters. They were still there. Just like, what's that movie with Nat Turner? Is it Nat Turner? When he reads Psalms 150? Or
Oh yeah,
149?
yeah.
I think I know what you're talking
So,
about.
but as soon as he started knowing who he was, they started hitting him in the mouth, telling him to shut.
Yeah.
That's the same thing that's going on today. Because as soon as we say, like Nick Cannon said, we the real Jews, what happened to him?
Yeah, man.
They took wilding out from him.
Yeah.
So why then? That would make me ask questions like, why would they do that to him? Or who are the Jews?
Yeah, the same shit that happened with Jamie Foxx recently.
And Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
He put out that Amazon story
Yeah.
about Hebrews and Negroes,
took it-
how we lost our identity and became niggas.
Deal from him and all that.
But daddy and his family mixed with Haitian though.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
But you see these names, right? The names y'all calling out,
yeah, it's right there.
Haitians, West Black Indians. In the Bible, you have a biblical name, Benjamin. You be a Benjamite. You be a Levite.
So to Central America, to South America, how did we get there?
What forms of transportation?
And where did they take us from?
Through boats.
Yeah,
I know that.
Through boats.
And so where did they take us from?
Like Africa.
Yep.
You see that map on the end? That's the places that they took us from.
All them places in red.
So you can see this is the top of Africa. And this is the Western Banks. So this is where we migrated from what they call the Middle East into Africa. And then we ended up on these Western Banks going into slavery, the slave ports.
And don't let that Middle East thing, because they built the Suez Canal to separate that. So now, it's a part of history that, it's Middle East. Them people not black. That's not Africa. They light tan. No.
Still Northeast Africa.
Yeah, Northeast Africa, bro. They built that Suez Canal that separate that. That was man-made. That was man-built. So don't let that confuse you.
So, and then with that scripture of us going to translate the slave trade is actually in the scriptures. I'm going to read that for you now. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again, In Egypt, you know what our position was in Egypt when Moses said, "Let my people go." You know what our people were doing in Egypt then? We were slaves. We were slaves in Egypt. When Moses said, "Let my people go," he was trying to get his people out. We were slaves. So he said, "Come on, Pharaoh, let my people go." Just because we were all brown skinned, we're not the same as the Egyptians. They're a different nationality of people. Just like a lot of Africans aren't the same people as us, just because we're brown skinned. So in Egypt, we were slaves. So the Lord said, "I'm going to put you back in Egypt. I'm going to put you back in slavery." But remember, we walked out of Egypt. Now listen how this verse reads.
And let me read. It's the book of Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So Egypt is synonymous with the house of bondage, slavery. So now we're reading this prophecy. He said, "And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again." So now he said, next time I'm going to send you into slavery, but I'm going to do it with ships. We didn't need ships to leave Egypt. We didn't need ships to get into Egypt. But to get to America, we had to get put on ships. This was a prophecy saying if we didn't listen to God's commandments and obey them, we were going to be cursed. And this was one of the curses that we had on us.
Look, one of them signs and the wonders that we could have read, look at the back of a dollar bill. What you see on the back of it? Pyramids, right?
And the eagle.
And the eagle. That, when you read about that,
Say in God we trust in money.
but they don't. But they don't. They do not.
Nah.
They believe they're the God. They trust in themselves.
Right. And there,
Stars supposed to be right. It's supposed to be like
we can get that in a second. Let me finish this first. We can get with that. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. So not only did he send us over here on ships, he said we were going to be sold to our enemies as slave man and the slave woman. So who we get sold to when we got over here? The Lord said you're going to be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen. So it's the same reason we got all the conflicts and issues we have now, because from the beginning, two nations have been at each other's throats, us and other nations. So he said, I'm going to send you onto slavery again with ships. And that's just one curse that our people went to. Because if you go out through history, you can't name another nation of people that went into slavery on ships and got sold to another nation. That only happened to us. So when we're reading this Bible, the audience is only us. What religion did was take our book and spread it for the whole world.
Yeah. At the end of that verse, it says, no man shall buy you, meaning no man shall redeem you. In our law, if you got sold into slavery, like let's say you owed somebody money and then they made you work for them, made you stay with them and work for them, we could buy you back. That's in our law. Hit. No, matter of fact, I'll go to it. Forgot I got my scripts right in my hand.
I'm gonna get y'all a flyer.
But with that, we started off asking the word. So in the Bible, it tells us some words. I'm gonna read the next verse. Chapter 29, verse 1. These are the words of the covenant which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel. So he made a covenant. These 12 tribes on the left side is the nation of Israel.
Thank
Jacob.
You. Appreciate that.
Hey, you heard of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob?
Yeah.
Well, Jacob's name got changed to Israel. He had 12 sons. These 12 sons populated our nation of people. They got spread out through the whole world. So what Paul's job to do was, what Christ's job to do was to gather all of our people back together into following the covenant we made with the Lord. The reason we're in so much trouble and everything is because we broke our covenant. We broke the agreement we had with the Lord saying we're going to be obedient to you and he's going to protect us and bless us. But what we tried to do was do everything the world was doing. Going into idolatry, not keeping the Sabbath day no more, eating unclean foods out of all the other nations. Like you see how Asian people eat all kinds of stuff on them TikTok reels and weird foods?
Yeah.
The Lord told us not to eat like
We
that.
won't eat none of that. We won't eat none of the pork, chicken, none of that.
Well, I get modern day stuff that's been tampered with, but pork, it says don't eat swine. What about crab legs and shrimp?
You supposed to eat daddy?
There you go.
Right.
All praise. Because the Lord knows these things are going to be harmful to our bodies, and they have a purpose. The ocean need to be clean. I'm gonna make crabs. The water need to be filtered. I'm gonna make clams and mussels. But we took that as food, and we learned that from other people. Go ahead.
White man gave it to us. All right, this is Leviticus chapter 25 and verse 48. After that he is sold, he may be redeemed again. One of his brethren may redeem him. Either his uncle or his uncle's son may redeem him, or any that is nigh of kin, meaning near of kin, unto him of his family may redeem him, or if he be able, he may redeem himself. So that redeem means to buy. So when it said no man shall buy you, that's what I'm talking about.
So who's gonna save us in the end?
Appreciate that. We got our people waiting.
All right.
Definitely, man. But check us out.
Appreciate it, bro.
All right.
Okay.
We got classes, everything
All right, bro.
going on. We go live. Usually we go live once a week. We do a class. But
Okay.
Definitely.
Oh, your Facebook, all that
Facebook,
on here?
YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, I said
Congregation
the
of Saints, man.
Okay.
Name of the church.
I
Congregation of Saints.
appreciate that.
All right, y'all be safe, man.
All right.
What y'all got going on, bro?
Pranks.
Huh?
Pranks.
Oh, Prince.
Bushman pranks, yeah.
What's that?
Oh, Bushman pranks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he ready to be sitting still.
Yeah, and it scared me.
Bro, you ready to get punched in your face,
Y'all
bro.
got
You tripping.
y'all got a page already?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Y'all tripping.
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Oh, he gonna sit in there.
Oh, you were done. Got you. My bad. We got these used up right here, man. But y'all can go to that last one. I wouldn't mind laughing.
Yeah.